nothing but liquid foods, so that way you're just swallowing the liquid instead of your saliva all the time?
Well, no.
Oh my god, you
that
pussy.
sounds disgusting. Are
Jesus.
you pro liquid food?
If I wanted to be, I'm not the one who's on trial here for being afraid to swallow his own saliva.
I'm not afraid.
Liquid food?
Yeah, like, not processed, blended up food.
Shakes,
drink.
smoothies, and protein shakes.
Smoothies are yummy. I thought you meant that gross shit like Soylent or whatever that shit is in that can.
I used to try that. Did we ever talk about this? I tried that for like a week and I just felt fucking more miserable and sick than I ever have.
Soylent?
No.
Yeah, Soylent. I got really lazy at one point in terms of cooking and food, and I was like, I want to do something where I don't even have to think about it. Like if I want a late night snack or like a meal and I just don't care. So I started doing Soylent and what's the other one? Huel?
Huel.
Huel.
I think it's called Huel.
Yeah, I tried Huel
Like the
as
fat
well.
guy?
Yeah, it is. It's the same name. So I tried Huel, I tried Soylent, I tried like some other off-brand stuff, and every time after a few days I would feel fucking awful and terrible and my stomach would be upset and it was just fucking horrendous. I hated it. Never do it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there was a video with the Soylent founder, and I think who's the black astrophysicist that was always like condescending on Twitter?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Him, like sitting down with the founder of Soylent or something, and the founder is like explaining to him, oh yeah, so basically we bioengineered this algae that's just gross chemical goop that we're gonna feed you that's somehow good for you, and in the future you're never gonna have to eat steak again. It's like, okay, this sounds more like a dystopian brag that you would see on the Hunger Games or some shit.
I don't even mind it to that degree. Like I'll eat gross stuff if it's edible and not going to harm me. That doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is like all the claims on it are like, oh yeah, replace all your food with Soylent and it's 400 calories a bottle. So if you drink 5 a day, that's 2,000 calories. That works. But it's like every time I drank it, I just wanted regular food with it the whole time. Yeah. And I never got to the point, and I don't think I ever would, where it was like I would only want to eat this and nothing else. It just felt grueling after a few days.
I don't understand why people eat or drink things that are disgusting when there's so many alternate options out there that taste good.
Health benefits, like if it's something that's supposed to be good for you.
Even healthy, there are still healthy, good things to eat out there, like that taste good.
Yeah, you can have a very well balanced and delicious diet if you just cook your own food. Just
like potato.
Just cooking a fucking simple starch, some veggies, and a protein is super simple, but people don't do it.
Well, yeah, again, this is the shit that they sell to dummies who can't cook, though. And to people who think steak bad, burger is bad, I just want to drink my Soylent and be green for the environment or some shit. That thing was a gigantic meme. Do you guys remember where like people would post images of themselves trying to open their Soylent bottles and failing? Some guy
had to make a little robot to open it for him.
I want to see that.
They had to buy bottle openers. One time I found a Reddit profile.
That's way more impressive building a robot just to open Soylent.
Oh, man.
It's sad that he was too weak to open it though because of the fucking Soylent. And that was the meme. That was the audience for this type of thing. Yep. One of them. At one point, I had found a Reddit profile of a guy whose entire post history, this was unironic, it was not a troll, his entire post history was him taking different flavors of Soylent out for hiking and taking photos of it. Like, in shrubs and shit, just, oh, I'm out with my Soylent blueberry today. And there wasn't there, oh yeah, you guys remember Cosmos, or Cosmo, the speedrunner? They wanted to really badly to be sponsored by Soylent, and they sent her like a pack, I think, like a 24-pack. And once they were all drank up, they begged for another case, and Soylent ghosted them because it made everybody cringe. At some point, they opened their fridge, and it was nothing but Soylent in there, and it was so embarrassing that the streamer sent them a begging letter, asking for more and more.
I need to try Soylent. I've always known about it. I didn't know there was so much like lore to it. I thought it was just kind of like a throwaway meme kind of thing.
I thought Soylent was an actual
it was an actual community around.
I didn't know
it was also really popular when it first came out. It was seen as like this superfood, and people are like, "This is just going to be all I eat," and it's so convenient. And people were talking about it. It was basically like Bitcoin. Like when it was first blowing up, it was everywhere.
Yeah, like the most recent Soylent video is from 5 years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of dead now. Like it's still made and people still buy it, but the hype around it is definitely dead. It's also expensive. Like a full case of 12 bottles of Soylent. So 12 bottles. So that's only 2.5 days of meals, because you're supposed to drink 5 a day, is $42. Can you imagine how much just like veggies and, I don't know, chicken breast and other actually healthy food you could buy for that same price? It's insane.
Yeah.
So what's the connection between Soylent and Soylent Green? Like the movie from the 70s.
So Soylent Green is a cookie made of people, Jackson, and it's from a fictional sci-fi movie.
Why would you name your thing after that? Your food in 2010 after that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
That is a good point. I don't know. Maybe because Soylent is soy-based, and they thought the name was cool. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, but Soylent Green was a dystopia about how they're overpopulated, and they're like, let's solve it by having everyone eat this cookie, and like, you know what? Don't worry about where all the old and terrible people are going. And then they find out, my God, the cookie's made of people.
I'm reading comments on some Huel things, because Huel's got a real bad rep.
Oh,
and
bro.
I'm learning about so many of these things. There's one called Growly Muesli, which is a chewable Soylent.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What is the point then? What if I have to chew? Then I might as well have real food.
Exactly. Fuck me.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
it's a really cool logo, though. There's a bear on it.
What are people saying negatively about Huel? Because I also tried Huel, and I actually thought it tasted better amongst Huel and Soylent.
It's apparently pretty fucking bad for your gut.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I did get tummy aches from it regularly. Keep
in mind, this is just preliminary research on these things, so it's not conclusive.
That was the irony, because I would drink Soylent or Huel for a bit, and then I'd be like, okay, that's fine. I just ate, and then my stomach would be upset, and I'd feel like, oh, I need some like bread or some solid food in my stomach to fucking combat this tummy ache. It did nothing. Like I only did it for a little bit, and I know some people who are like, oh, stick with it, and it'll eventually work, but it was a fucking nightmare. It was terrible. I don't know how people do this for months.
Stick with it once you like gaslight your stomach bacteria to accepting this fucking sludge.
Changes your whole biome.
God damn, it was terrible. I got